We have seen that, with the moving tool, we can move our object, and reduce, or enlarge its size, homothetically. In this tutorial, we will now address 10 options of transformation, at the level of the geometry of our photo, not just reduce, or enlarge. However, in another way, we will try to act, on the composition of the photo. First, to take note, when importing a document directly to Photoshop, it is impossible to use the transformations options. For this, we must not forget to uncheck the key, to the layer panel. Now, go to the menu Edit, Transformation. We have a whole list of transformations. First, we have Scale Transformation. Enlarges, or reduces a photo, relative to its reference point, the fixed point around which transformations are performed. You can scale horizontally, vertically, or both, horizontally and vertically. The second is Rotate. Turns an item around a reference point. By default, this point is at the center of the object, however, you can move it to another location. The third transformation option is Skew. Slants a photo vertically and horizontally. The fourth option of transformation is Stretches photos in all directions. The fifth option is Perspective, applies one-point perspective to an item. The sixth option is Warp, which manipulates the shape of an item or a photo. However, if we notice correctly, these points are arranged in tangents, which also help us in our warping. By default, some options are grayed out. To activate them, you must first select the transformation option, then return to the Edit tab, Transformation. Thus, we have access to several ways of warping our photos. Like, Split Warp horizontally, our cursor will be loaded with a line. Just select an area, and then warp. Same principle with the other options. We can split vertically, crosswise, etc. The seventh option is to perform advanced rotations, as seen before. Rotate 180, rotate 90 clockwise, rotate 90 counterclockwise. We can also flip our photo or item vertically or horizontally. The eighth option, Content-Aware Scale. Content-Aware Scale is a cool image sizing feature, also known as seam carving. This method of scaling enables you to resize and reshape your images without over-distorting the content and composition of those images. It also preserves image quality much better than traditional transformations. The ninth option is another particular way of warping. It acts not globally on our photos but very precisely, which is the puppet warp. We create warp points, that is to say, specify areas to be deformed, in this random grid. Then, we create another point, which will guide our warping. We can set our direction, or choose an angle according to our needs. We can choose its mode of warping and transformation. Normal mode, rigidity, or distort. We'll set the density, normal, fewer points or more points. I can also choose pixel expansion. This tool is very powerful for creating visual effects and correcting distortions of the lens. The 10th and last option of warping is very particular, which is the perspective warp. It allows creating a grid in which our perspective warp will act. First, the layout is calibrated, and then the warp option is checked. It has several alignments in perspective. Very specific, that the perspective transformation has seen before. With its tools, we act on the geometry of our photos, to correct rotations, cropping, warping, or others.